Good day, Methodist Dave here, professional theologian and Bible teacher with our daily devotional for Monday, August 17th. We come to chapter 17 of the book of Proverbs. I will read to you verse 12 today. It is better for a person to meet a mother bear being robbed of its cubs than to encounter a fool in his folly. Regardless about this feminist proposition, would you rather in the woods meet a bear or a man? And the women are like, oh, I'd rather meet a bear. The bear would eat you while you're still alive. Not a good analogy, not a good choice. But here on the East Coast, we have black bears now. I'm in the southern part of my state, and in the northern part of our state, we have black bears. And they can be a problem, a bit of a nuisance, but black bears are pretty easy to deal with. They're naturally shy of humans. They naturally want to avoid interaction with people. They love our trash. They love our bird feed, our snacks, or anything laid out for them. They will help themselves, but by and large, they try to avoid contact with human beings. My brother used to work in Jackson Hole, Wyoming for the Park Service, and they have grizzly bears out there. And grizzly bears, you've got a 50-50 chance whether they're going to ignore you or eat you. Sometimes it's more than 50-50 that they're going to eat you. But generally, those bears, you want to stay away from them at all times. Black bears, you want to avoid them, but generally they will run from you. However, if they have a cub, all of a sudden the blackbird turns into a grizzly bear. Not an animal to mess with. Very dangerous, very powerful. So to tangle with a bear is like tangling with a fool in their folly. And when people get foolish, they are apt to do all kinds of wild things. You've seen videos of them on TikTok here. The woman who's being questioned for shoplifting. She's shoplifting, a no big deal charge. And the officer tries to take her into custody, and she resists and then begins to fight with the officer and grabs the officer's pistol and fires the pistol. You went from misdemeanor to grand felony in 1 second. Decades in prison for that foolishness. That friend who's really nice all the time, but get a little bit of alcohol in him, all of a sudden he thinks he's Rocky Balboa. He thinks he can take on the world and will do all kinds of foolishness. That friend who gets a little drunk and all of a sudden wants to fight with everybody. I was watching a video of a gentleman who was in an airport, and they wanted to inspect his baggage. So they opened it up and rifled through it, and he was indignant that they were searching his baggage, but they do that now and then. They just pick somebody at random and go through their package, and they don't put the things back. And he becomes indignant. He says, it took me a long time to pack that up. You're not even going to zip it shut. And they're like, nope. So he begins to make trouble. Well, the short end of the story is he winds up getting arrested because he wants to make a federal case out of it. Everybody's like, look, pack it up yourself, move on with your life, get on the airplane, take your trip. No, I will not. And he makes a big deal out of it. Now he can't fly on that airplane anymore, and he's got felony charges on his docket for causing a ruckus in an airport. You don't make trouble in an airport. Look, people who are foolish and act and behave foolishly, they are not thinking about the consequences of their actions. And if you have any reasonable amount of discernment around you, get away from them. Walk away. Leave them to don't try to help them. Don't try to save them. Because at a certain point, the foolishness will prevent them from making a common sense decision. And they will suffer the consequences of their actions. So you don't want to be dragged into their drama either. Take an Uber, take taxi, anything, just get out of there, get away from them. Stay away from foolish people when they are in their folly, because they will definitely try to suck you in and drag you along, and you don't need that kind of drama in your life. Look, if you got a question about this or any other subject, drop me an email, methodistdave@gmail.com. I'll do my best to answer your question. Please hit the like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment. Help the algorithm out. And until tomorrow, please be good to each other.